quick tip. So I had more ham than I could have used for this one dish. I still had half an onion I didn't need when I was chopping them up. I still had another pepper. And so what I did is I got a freezer bag, and I still had leftover cheese. So I got a freezer bag and I labeled it Farmer's Casserole. You could also do this with a quiche. And I just put my ham, onions, peppers, and cheese are going into this bag. So I have my onions and my pepper. I have the other cubed ham. And then I'm gonna roll up the cheese in this bag and sit it down in the freezer bag. I would reuse this, but this was just a storage bag that my mother-in-law sent home with me. So I'm just pouring this in here. Getting all my onion. Because yes, you can kind of incorporate it. So I can pull this out of the freezer another day, let it thaw overnight, and then whip up the eggs with the milk and the salt and the pepper, pop it in the oven, and I'll have a whole nother casserole and no cutting or anything that I have to do. So this one, I'm still gonna have enough cheese. And instead of letting this sit in the fridge, I'm gonna put it in here so I have it with this. So see, I have this bag, that bag, because that was also a storage bag. Try to get out all the excess air, and you put it in your freezer like that, and done. Almost a whole nother meal that would be easily to do either for brunch. You could do this for a breakfast dinner, whatever you wanted to do, but it's done. So I just wanted to show you that little tip. You might not have thought of it, but I can't tell you how many times these kinds of little things save my behind so we have something to eat at dinner. Hey guys, Brandy here. Welcome back to the kitchen. This is Sewing Back if you're new here. And this is just going to be a real quick video to drop off, because maybe you will find yourself, like I find myself, in that I was gifted some leftover stuff after Easter. One of them being part of a ham. And clearly I still have an abundance of eggs. And so we kind of ate the ham the way we were, leftover or whatever. And I'm kind of trying to think of a way, okay, how can I want to use this. And so what's a new recipe I can take the ham and make? So I'm gonna make a farmer casserole. The recipe I'm using is from Food Network. And I already have some, and this is really, I'm just using things from my fridge, but I already had some sliced up or shredded up mozzarella from our last pizza night. I have some milk that I need to use because it's out of date, but it's still usable. But we're getting close, so I want to use that up. I have an abundance, and it calls for hash browns, and I have the diced hash browns. It calls for shredded hash browns, but I've used these before. It works. So I have some of those that I've had in the freezer I want to use up. Like I said, I have an abundance of eggs. And the only other stuff that I need to cut up an onion, which I have that. And I'm going to slice up the ham into kind of bite-sized pieces. And the only thing is just like salt and pepper. It's super easy, and it's a good way to repurpose things that you may have that you need to clean out, get rid of, and it'll make a delicious. We're actually gonna have it for lunch and then have leftovers for breakfast. I also just baked because I had 3 really ripe bananas, and so I also just baked chocolate chip sourdough banana almond bread. You could totally do walnuts. I'm allergic to walnuts, so I do almonds, but yeah. And it smells really good. It just came out of the oven, and so I used up those bananas. So that's kind of what I'm doing this morning, is just trying to get some breakfast snack things done while using things that are going to go bad if I don't use them. So I'm being a good steward with what I have. So you're going to need 1 package of the frozen hash browns. You're going to need about a cup of shredded cheese, whatever cheese you have. You're going to want about a cup of cubed, I'm using ham, but you could do crumbled sausage, you could do bacon, whatever is your thing that you may have. Says you're going to need about 1/4 of a cup of onion, 4 eggs beaten well, 12 ounces of milk, black pepper to taste, and salt. And so that's it. You preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which mine is because I just baked that bread, so it's already heated up. And we're gonna bake this for 40 to 50 minutes. So I usually will do 40 minutes and check it and see if it needs to go a little bit longer. And then it says to let it rest for 5 minutes and then you can serve it. So let's get started. This is gonna be easy and fast so you can make it. And as far as that sourdough banana bread, I actually have a video already on that and I will link it if you're interested in trying to do that one. I had some tomatoes left over from a salad and some peppers, and I decided to put them in there, and I thought, well, it needs some green. So I went out to the garden and I picked some of my fresh parsley, and I'm going to chop it up and put it on top, and we're going to get it in the oven. And when it comes out, I will take a picture of it. I will link my recipe. Of course, I've added to it, so I may end up just putting in what I did in the description. And I hope that this might help you with, finding things that you have in your refrigerator that you need to use up, using them in a good way, a nutritious way, so that you can be a good steward of what you have. And hopefully maybe that'll help you save some money. My farmer casserole just came out of the oven. I want to show it to you. It's still hot. But boy, does it look pretty. Just with scraps and things I found in the fridge. So I hope you'll give it a try. I'll probably just write up what I did because I added so many things that were not in the original recipe. The original one came from Food Network. So, but anyway, give it a try. See you later. Bye.